That's bad.
What's going on, guys? Hope you guys had a great Independence Day weekend. I pretty much took things pretty chill over here and just kind of tried to recover. Went to an air show in Battle Creek yesterday for me. That was pretty cool. Seeing some of the F-35s do all sorts of crazy shit in the air, and got to see some of the old Thunderbolts do like some dead stick stuff. Super cool. Had a lot of fun. Had to cut it a little short to get back here to meet up with a buddy who picked up a quad off me. Anyway, as you can tell by the title, this isn't what I promised, which was Fiero content. And I said, I think in the last one, that the next thing we were working on was the Fiero. And that's still mostly true. However, this Malibu is still here on the hoist. Hopefully this goes up Monday. Tomorrow they want to come up and button up a few things on this car. Shift cable, run new fuel lines, run the nitrous lines, things like that. So I was like, all right, I don't want to move it off the hoist to work on the Fiero for one day just to move this thing back in here. Kind of a pain in the butt. So I'll find something else to do. That something else for the last couple days has been the Chevelle. Funny enough, my dad was like, hey, let's move the Chevelle out of the tent. We'll start getting some of the body panels kind of lined up and then start the body work. And I can start painting on this thing. So I was like, sweet, love that idea, because that car doesn't really need a whole lot of work either. To be honest, since that thing's an old school small block Chevy, I would say it's pretty much as close as the Fiero. We just need to paint it, which, you know us, we're not going to do some full-on, 4-month, get the body work great, trying to restore the car sort of thing. We're just going to give it the best scuff and squirt we can, which is the same thing we did to the Fiero here actually like 5 or 6 years ago. And this thing's holding up pretty good. And obviously the same thing we did to the Skylark over there. But yeah, really we just need to do a little bit of body work here and there, paint the car, get the 406 down in it. I got a converter from a buddy yesterday. I should be able to get the carb that came off of this motor, table. So I shouldn't have to deal with jetting it or anything like that. It hopefully is set up perfectly for this motor, fingers crossed. And then, probably slowly start gathering pieces to put most of an interior back in there. It has aluminum door panels. I'll leave those. Really, it just needs carpet and probably go through some of the wiring a little bit. It has like a 10-gallon cell in the back of it. I might use the mechanical pump that's on this motor, but I do think that there's like a Holly Blue pump on the car. So yeah, I'm trying to make it just like a nice street strip kind of car. Not full drag car, not full street car, just a nice old school kind of street strip car. So we've been working on that thing for the last couple days, just a couple hours a day. And we found out some horrendous news that for some people would be the end of the world. For me, it's like, that's a bummer. So we'll hop in the shop truck, head over to Dad's, and I think we're going to try and get the motor, maybe trans 2, pulled out of the car, because he wants to paint the engine bay and everything. I don't think we're going to do it engine color anymore. I think we're just going to do it nice, like chassis black. I don't know. We'll see. First, we got to get that engine and everything out of there, get it out of the way so we can finish cleaning the car. And then pretty soon is light body work and paint. So let's head over there. All right, this is my first try with a new GoPro. So we'll see if this audio is any good. So we're gonna kind of stress test it a little bit. So the window's open. I'm gonna be talking a bunch of nonsense about the truck, and we'll see how it does. Golly, it is hot in here. So since I got this truck, I wanted to turbocharge it, and I was struggling to find an engine controller or an ECU or something that could control the engine and the E4OD transmission. There's a bunch that can control the AOD, but that's not what I wanted. I didn't want to switch transmissions. I wanted to leave this drivetrain alone and just call it good enough. It's not like I'm trying to make 400, 500, 600 horsepower with this thing. Stock, I think it makes like
150, 160 horsepower in like 240 something torque. So if we could just come close to like a 75% increase, that'd be pretty nice. So I kind of gave up on that idea because I couldn't find anything. I didn't want to run a bunch of piggybacks and like a transmission controller, engine controller, all that sort of thing. Just spend the extra money. So I was kind of like, whatever. I'll just leave it alone. Maybe someday I'll swap it. The other day I was looking things up again, and I don't know what keyword differences I used that I found exactly what I was looking for. I found a plug-and-play ECU that goes right into the stock harness. Don't have to pull any of that apart. And it uses Mega Squirt to tune everything. It controls the transmission. It is called, nice little classic behind us. It's called Pimp X Shift, or Pimp Shift, I don't know. I think it's Pimp X Shift. I think it was a GTO behind us, a convertible GTO. Like a 66 or 67. Could have been a Le Mans, I don't know. I couldn't tell real quick. Anyway, I found this ECU, plug and play, Pimp Shift, Pimp X Shift, whatever it's called. Uses a Mega Squirt, and it can control everything. They use stock Ford ECU cases, so it goes right into the stock place. And it's like $1,400, which is the same price as the regular Terminator X now. So, basically, I just get that eventually down the road. This is all still me dreaming. But I get that. I put like a 78, 75 on this thing because, it's 300 cubic inches, even though it's a straight 6. So I get that, put the turbo on it. I'll have to make some. I might have to make my own header. This has like that weird split wide manifold design. So I might make my own log manifold for it. Make an intercooler system for it. Get injectors for it, which I think these are EV1 injectors, I think. And then just tune it. And then this thing, theoretically, on 14, 15 pounds of boost, it doubles the horsepower. I think that I can put a tune in here safe enough that it'll survive on 15 pounds of boost. I'd have to obviously switch the fuel pumps, but I'll just get some Walbro 450s or 525s. And yeah, then we got a fun little turbo 6 street truck. Theoretically, I think stock, this thing probably runs high 17s. With that, it'd probably be like a mid 14 second truck, which isn't bad. I mean, like you drive Focus ST or something, that's about a mid 14 second car. So I think it'd be pretty fun. That is kind of a hesitant thought process. I think it would take about $2,000, which really isn't too bad. Not for such a unique build. I was planning on selling the truck, and now I'm kind of thinking about keeping it again. Although I would like to trade it for an Alpina. But yeah, this truck's just fun to cruise, man. I still need to fix a few things on the suspension. I would like to, as much as I enjoy doing things on the budget, the way I lowered the front end with the drop springs, I got adjustable bushings to fix the camber. Not happy with it. It's still got like 3.5 degrees. It's crazy. So I'm going to have to put stock springs back in it and get the lowering arms, which is what I should have done in the first place. I just didn't want to spend the $700 on it when there's this like $120 spring kit.
All right, so here is how the Chevelle is sitting right now. You can see we got the front end pulled off of it. Core support's still on it. I was thinking about trying to pull it off all in one, but got to do a little bit of body work to the fenders here and there. Just little stuff. They're pretty straight though. Debating on picking up a new core support, but might be able to just fix this one. It's just got, like, I don't know. It's a little rusty here. But yeah, we pulled the front end off just to make it that much easier to adjust the doors, because they were terrible. They were hitting the fender, they weren't lining up. You'd go to close it and you'd have to lift it up a bunch, or like it would hit the striker and then go up. The pins don't have much play in them. Like it's moving the car, not the door. And it closes nice and easy now. I do have the weather stripping in the trunk. Got the door gaps pretty good, which is something that we messed up on the Skylark. The door gaps on that are not the best. But yeah, closes real nice and easy now. Like I said, the pins have basically zero play in them. The thing that really sucks over here, you can see this frame rail where it kicks in. Everything's nice and smooth, rounded edges, all this nice and smooth. Then you come over here to the driver's side. Not quite as smooth over here. Looking a little bit like the Appalachian Mountains. Then you look down here at the frame, you can see a little bit more shenanigans going on. So at some point in this thing's life, something hit this side. So, like I said, real bummer, not the end of the world. We took measurements, nothing's tremendously out of whack, but this thing was clearly in an accident at some point. So we're gonna keep on trucking along. We're gonna get this thing pushed in the garage and get the engine transmission out of here.
Move that forward before. I don't even think it'll move.
Yeah. And this wheel locks up a little bit. Only going forward. Going backwards, no problem. Going forward, something's unhappy, so we gotta pull the drum apart and see what's going on in there too. But yeah, we're gonna get this thing moved in the garage. The steering column is pretty flimsy in this. It's not bolted up right now, so this is gonna be a real pain in the ass. So this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm trying to steer with. It has to sit on my thighs.
Yeah.
Yeehaw! Now I gotta find that door handle. Oops. There we go. Set that back where I won't lose it. While he's wrestling with that gorilla. Shouldn't take too long. No drive shaft, no exhaust system, just the headers. Maybe 2 or 3 wires throughout this whole thing that are probably going to get redone, so I might snip them, who knows. We have heard this motor run a little bit just off fueling the float bowls. I can't feel anything, can't see anything, so.
So that means when we take a hose off, we're going to dump water all over.
Oh yeah. Nice
That's
rusty
our way.
water. Did run the numbers on this motor. It is a 69 to 77 350, 2 or 4 bolt main with 882 heads. Just a run-of-the-mill 350. Kind of sounded like it had a stock cam in it.
Yeah.
But alright, we're just gonna start throwing some. I think that bird just ran into something. But we're gonna start throwing some wrenches at this thing and get this thing out of here. to go down underneath. There's a couple wires, motor mounts, header over there, and then we're pretty much done up here. So I'm gonna look underneath here. There's no shifter hooked up. Obviously, like I said, no drive shaft in it. The underside of this car looks pretty good, actually. Yeah, it's not bad at all. The floors look... Oh, that one's been replaced. Which, not a big deal. Looks like they used an actual floor pan in it. So that's cool. Oh, I need to... Yeah, there's one nut for the trans mount. I'll get that out. And then everything should be able to try and whale this thing out of here all in one. Got the radiator pulled out, about to pull the cap off, but yeah, see this? The end broke off. The best screwdriver we have to use for that, so I'll grind it back to a tip. Alright, got the engine and transmission out. Like I said earlier, we ran the numbers on this. This is just a early 70s, early to mid 70s 350. Transmission's a turbo 350, looks to be stock. Also, probably the one that came with the car. I don't know. I was looking at the damage for the frame and everything. I mean, obviously I know there's only so much you can tell from just visually looking at things, but got this. That's just appears to be normal rust. These cars seem to get it a lot on around where the steering boxes mount, but like this isn't buckled in any weird way. The seam here seems pretty uniform. The cross member here doesn't have any weird buckling or anything like that. So it's almost like whatever happened was really confined to this area of the car. Very strange. Very, very strange. Definitely going to take some more measurements now that more stuff's out of the way. And like I said earlier when I was under the car, this floor pan here was replaced. They seam sealed the hell out of it. It looks like they did a pretty good job. Because up here I never really noticed. I wasn't looking super hard for it. Looks kind of like this car used to be like a goldish. Like looking under where the paint came off over there and a little bit right here. Almost like a champagne or something. Alright, well we got the car in the garage. We had a broken stud in here that took a second to get out. And there's one more over there for the fender. Well, you can try it.
I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is that in my cab.
Antenna? Oh yeah. Nope. Brake? Yep. Damn.
So close.
So close.
Burn that bitch.
I'm trying to.
I was first trying to fill the bottom up first.
Yeah, so I was just sitting there letting it melt and build up.
Buckner? Third time turn?
Hopefully. Maybe.
It's unscrewing. Third time a charm.
Hey, there we go. Perfect. Little weld, little water.
It's gotta be lemon water.
All right, got the car pushed back outside. Gonna clean it up a little bit more, and then we can start getting things kind of straightened out. Not really sure what I can do about this. Yeah. Where the fuck did you come from? Who are you? God, that really threw me off. Yeah, gonna just button things up as best as I can, and Pops will start the body work here soon. This dog is just vibing. And while he is over here messing with this thing, kind of in between other stuff he's got going on here, hopefully I can get to work. What the fuck is going on here? I'm in goddamn Jurassic Park. While he's working on this, I can hopefully get to work on the Fiero soon, get that over to the hoist, because I gotta change a couple things on the fuel lines. There's some oil fittings I need to mess with, wiring here and there, plumb the cooling system. All that stuff will be a lot easier on the hoist, so hopefully Tuesday or Wednesday, probably Wednesday I can get that thing slid over and get to work on that. Hopefully just a couple weeks is all that'll take to get that thing moving under its own power. Fingers crossed. So that's gonna do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys are digging the Chevelle. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, clicking that bell to get the notifications. I'll see you next time.